Hello once again, you are welcome to Math Fusions. In our lesson today, we are continuing with Waec 2024 and now we are in question 5. Question 5 says simplify open bracket 2p minus q close bracket squared minus open bracket 2p and p plus q close bracket squared. Now we have to simplify this. So let's get into the lesson. How do we simplify something like this? First thing I want to bring to your knowledge is that what we're having here is a case of difference of two squares. That is a situation where we have a squared minus b squared. And if we're having two squares that are subtracted, okay, we can write the solution as a plus b then multiplied by a minus b. So in this case, you can see that a is representing 2p minus q and b is representing p plus q. So this whole expression that we are asked to simplify will be equals to, now in applying our a plus b, don't forget what a is. A is 2p minus q. So write it out, 2p minus q. Then plus, you write out the plus. Then b, what is b? B is p plus q. You write it out, p plus q. We close the bracket. So we are done with the first bracket here, okay? Now we take the second bracket, we say open bracket. A, of course, you know your a is 2p minus q, then minus. You see this minus sign? Look at it here. Then it's going to affect all the values of b. In this case, b is p plus q. So for write out p plus q this way, we must put it in a bracket to separate the sign of the p plus q from the negative sign that is outside there. And this point here is where students normally misses it. So I want you to focus on this area here, okay? Because some people will write it without putting the bracket and then it will affect the final results. All right, so that's just the trick in solving this. So let's get back to the lesson. Now we'll put our equals to sign here. Then we add up all the values that are like terms. 2p plus p will give us 3p. Then minus q plus q is like saying minus 1 plus 1. And if you are having opposite numbers, the result is 0. So in this first bracket, we shall have only 3 and p. Then we open the bracket. We come to this side. Now, before we do anything, we need to open this bracket using the minus sign here. So here we will retain our 2p minus q. Then minus times p will give us minus p. The minus times plus is minus, then we write out our q. So you can see the difference. Had it been you just wrote only the minus and the plus, you are going to have something different from this and the final answer will not be correct, okay? So that's why we always encourage you, if you want to open a bracket with a negative number, be mindful of that, okay? Because it's going to change the signs of the bracket you want to open to their opposite, and that's exactly what we see here. So now we can conclude by saying our answer is 3p, then open bracket. Now look at this, 2p minus p will give us 1p, then minus q will give us minus 2q. And here you have it. This is now the answer to this question. Let us check to see if what we did is correct. So of course you can see the option here, and we have 3p minus 2q, and that's exactly what we have, 3p open bracket p minus 2q, and that's the option A. Let us quickly dive into question 6. Okay, now in question 6, this case is a case of surd. We are multiplying the surd, okay? So the first bracket we have 3 minus 4 root 2. So write it out, open bracket 3 minus 4 root 2. Then multiplying into 1 plus 3 root 2. Then we have 1 plus 3 root 2. Then everything equals to a plus b root 2. And if you check, that's exactly what is here. So we have to find the value of b. Now for you to find the value of b, you have to use each of the contents here to multiply everything in the bracket here. Now let me show you how to do that. Okay, we take our 3 first, we open the bracket and use it to multiply 1 plus 3 root 2. 1 plus 3 root 2. We close the bracket. Then we take the second option here, which is minus 4 root 2. Look at it, minus 4 root 2. And we do same, use it to multiply 1 plus what? 3 root 2. And this will equals to a plus b root 2. So now we can say 3 times 1 is 3 plus 3 times 3 is 9. 9 what? 9 root 2. Then minus, don't forget you are using a minus sign to open the bracket, so it will change everything in the bracket to their opposite. So minus 4 root 2 times 1 will give us minus 4 root 2. Then minus times plus, that will give us minus. Then 4 times 3 is 12. Root 2 times root 2 will give us 2. So the 12 is multiplying the 2. Okay, so if I have 3 root 2 times 4 root 2, I have to multiply the 3 outside and 4. So that will give us 12. Then times root 2 times root 2 is root 4, and square root of 4 is 2. So that's what I quickly did to get this. Okay, so here we have a plus b root 2. Now we can look across this and see what we can do to the numbers. So here we have 3. Then look at this, plus 9 root 2 minus 4 root 2. Okay, so what we have to do here is to subtract the 9 and 4. So 9 minus 4 will give us plus 5. 5 what? Root 2. Okay, then minus 12 times 2 will give us minus 24. Then everything equals to a plus b root 2. So in this case now, we have to simplify the 3 and the minus 24. And if you do so, you have 5 root 2 minus 3 minus 24 is 21. Then equals to a plus b root 2. So at this point, all we have to do now is to compare our results. You see, we're asked to look for b. Okay, find b. So b has root 2 attached with it. So we come to this side of our solved equation and find the value that has root 2, which is this. Then we'll compare. So you can see that since b comes in front of root 2, that means, and 5 is in front of root 2 here, it tells you that b is equals to 5, and this is the answer. So let's take the question and see if our option is actually there. So of course our option is there, which is option A. So I'm sure you enjoy these lessons. So please, I want you to subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe and help me to build this channel. I've been on this for a very long time, and I want you to help me to build this channel. Subscribe to this channel, watch our videos, share it, and also like our videos. Leave a comment, suggest to us what you think and we need to improve, because I still know I have a lot of things to improve on. Many things to do, technology wise. So in any way you think you can help us by giving us advice, or letting us to know your opinion on how we can make this channel far better than what it is, please, I will welcome it. Okay, so I want to thank you once again for your time. See you in the next lesson.